Let's do this. All right. Good morning, Trade Pros. Welcome to Morning Market Update for Tuesday, June the 2nd. This is George Trade Pro Academy. A little sip of something special. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. Got a few things to talk about in today's session. On YouTube, I know I promised you I'd have the camera, but I don't have it. I got to go to the office and pick it up. It didn't make the move, okay? It's there, but it didn't make the move from our old place to the new one. And so I'm in my home office today, so I can't really, unfortunately, there's going to be a little bit of echo. I apologize about that. We'll get it fixed ASAP. All right, let's talk about the morning market update. Our Power 60. The IPO market's picking up again. Online used car seller Vroom, ticker symbol VRM, is planning to raise $318 million and pricing the $15 to $17 per share range. Warner Music Group could be the largest IPO in 2020. That is also upcoming. All right, and it's a good news all around for the IPO market after the WeWork disaster when that thing fell apart, and also these COVID fears. So we are seeing an interest again in private markets and IPOs, and that's something we're tracking with. All right, yesterday Amazon offered a huge sale of debt also. It was pretty widely and well accepted at very low rates. When these rates are that low, it's very appetizing to fundraise debt rather than go out there and issue more shares and dilute your share base. All right, as we know, companies are actually buying back their stock, not issuing more of it. And therefore, this is an interesting announcement, but not a surprising one. Amazon should be raising money at next to no cost at all for 10, 20, 30 years. All right, so that happened. Protests, let's talk about these protests very quickly. They're getting violent overnight despite the curfews. I've been kind of quiet on this topic, and because this is a trading channel and we focus on trading related stuff, but now it's impacting the market. So now we have to sort of talk about it. Okay, look, here's the thing about this. This can become very controversial very quickly, and I don't plan to do that. All right, because I actually understand both sides of this story, and I'll tell you guys this much. Donald Trump is threatening to send military in. And here's the problem. The problem is that we're only seeing the story that is going to activate our emotions. Right? These social media channels know what we search for. Right? They know how our psychology works. And they know what information is going to cause us to have the strongest reaction and spend the most time on their social network. Okay? That's the whole point. The ironic part about this is it's all about serving ads. You wouldn't expect an ad agency to go through this length of trouble and filtering of information just to be able to serve you an ad better. That's their only revenue source. So here's the thing: when the George Floyd thing happened, all right, it was disgusting to see those images. I didn't watch the video. I don't want to see myself. I don't want to see that kind of data. I don't want to put that kind of info in my subconscious mind. And frankly, I don't want to see, black people in that context. It's disgusting. It's dirty. I don't agree with it whatsoever. And then more news started to emerge, like George Floyd and the police officer actually knew each other. They worked at the same club, etc. Right? That info never made it anywhere. Right? Obviously, that info was suppressed. If somebody is looking to confirm an opinion of something, certain info's held back, and that goes on both sides. All right? That's the problem. Now we're seeing these massive protests happening, and the media is glorifying, because what do they like? They are also competing for time of your attention and for your eyeballs. And because we're playing these video games where we're killing each other, all the savagery, the only way to get your attention these days is to make these bold, crazy images and announcements and to really kind of play into your fears. And so what do they show? The burning, the looting, the rioting, the bricks through the window, right? That's the part that they do show. They're not showing the peaceful protest because that's not going to get a reaction out of you. And we're in a business of reaction in the news cycle. And so you got to remember this. Even though it's polarizing to look at one side only and go down that wormhole, I'll tell you this. Look for information outside of what supports your bias, because then you get the clear picture as well. All right, there's a double side to everything. So yeah, these protests are really ugly, but for every one person protesting and burning and looting and rioting, there's 100 that aren't, that just want to have an honest, sincere discussion with people. And then you look at other information, like people are planning a peaceful protest along a route and along that route, suddenly a skid of bricks appears near stores. All right, who put that there? Why? What's going on? There's questions that need to be asked, and I think this thing's starting to spill over, and there's a chance it gets out of control. Be very careful. I love you guys. Be safe. I'll tell you this: at Trade Pro Academy, we are rational thinkers, good traders, but rational thinkers as well, which means we look for info across the board. All right, I'm done with it. I had to address this, and I know it took up more time than I had anticipated, but it's a hot topic. It's a hot issue. All right, and here the thing for me is, it's hard to have any kind of opinion or idea that you accept when you don't trust any of the source of information. That's where I'm at pertaining to this. Okay, we won't ever know. We're only seeing the things that Google thinks we want to see. All right, moving on. Trade deal in the spotlight. State-owned Chinese firms bought at least 3 cargoes of U.S. soybeans on Monday. So there were rumors suggesting that Beijing is going to stop purchasing agricultural products from the U.S. That hasn't happened. All right, there's still rumors that pork, corn, and cotton, all right, are things that are going to suffer next, and state firms in China aren't going to buy them. But we're not seeing that, and this is pushing the equity sentiment up. The market was afraid that the deal in place between China, the Phase 1 agreement, and U.S. would fall apart, but it's not. The U.S. Is actually continuing to sell, and China's continuing to buy agricultural products. So despite what the stance was in the media, behind the, if you will, behind the curtains, product is moving, and the Phase 1 agreement seems to be in place still and not in jeopardy. That's a positive thing for the market. Market rips up to 30.75 half, all right? And it's supported of the upside flows. In today's markets, Asia, Japan is up 1.2, Hong Kong's up 1.1%, China's flat for the day, India up 1.6, but more or less pretty strong gains in the equity markets in Asia. In Europe at midday, London's up 1%, Paris is up 1.8, Frankfurt's up 3.5% as well. And in the US, Dow is up 0.7%, S&P down up 0.7 rather, so is NASDAQ. Now kind of losing those gains and heading towards more of a flat day. All right, huge level of support right here, 30.60 to 30.59 in the S&P 500 futures. And then right below it at the 56. All right, those are the 2 supports. So we're getting close to a support band. Going to be interesting to see what happens on this open. All right, here's an interesting fact. NASDAQ got within 93 points. We are within 100 points of NASDAQ hitting an all-time high. And this tech rally continues. It continues on the back of, companies getting a whole bunch of investment money. Why are they getting investment money? It's their size appeal. If you're an institutional investor, where are you going to put your money? In a Russell 2000 company that could be bust in the next 3 months if there's no return of demand, or a company like Apple that's got $100 billion of cash sitting on the book. And because those companies are more enticing, not ironically, they're getting more flow of funds, more people are purchasing them, and they become even more cash rich. What do they do with that cash? They're buying back their own shares. Hence why NASDAQ is pushing to highs and close to all-time highs. All right, these companies are benefiting from an inflow of investment, and they're taking the cash and announcing massive buybacks. All right, so if you become a shareholder, these companies buying back their own shares means now you become a bigger shareholder. It's giving you a larger ownership, all right, with the same amount of investment of the company. All right, so the tech rally continues on buybacks, all right, and on the size advantage. The big companies will survive longer, and institutional money has to put their investment somewhere. If you hire an institutional manager to manage your portfolio and he doesn't put the money to work and puts it in cash, you're not going to pay him for that. So why would I pay you to hold my cash? I can do that for myself. Do your job. So under this pressure, institutional money goes out, has to put money somewhere in equity markets. That somewhere is NASDAQ, right? That's why tech firms are leading. Important to know that. Crude oil is up 3% this morning as well. In fact, it is now pulling back a little bit off the overnight high, but we got as high as 36.51. Okay, we're still holding these gains. We're above yesterday's close. The markets are awaiting Russia's agreement on an extension today. If Russia goes on the record and says, hey, you know what, we would agree on some kind of extension, the oil market will go up even more. Right now, it's bidding, going up on rumor of a deal and an extension of these production cuts out of the OPEC meeting on Thursday in 2 days' time. All right, that's what it's going up on. But once that happens, oil's a very classical buy the rumor, sell the news market. Right now, everyone's excited. Once it happens, though, everyone's going to start taking profit. So, long into the meeting, short afterward. That's all you need to know of trading oil and OPEC meetings. All right, but right now it's up, it's bidding. Don't fight it. Look for a little bit more upside today. We can get up as high as the $40 marker heading into this meeting coming up on Thursday. All right, especially if Russia confirms they want to see extension cuts because they're the plus next to OPEC plus. All right, gold was flat for the day. Bitcoin up 5.8% this morning. We're going to see a whole bunch of auto sales from companies in the U.S. Keep an eye out on that. It's going to affect your auto stocks. And then 10 a.m. we have a Bank of Canada rate decision. If the equity markets are slow, we're going to go and trade the CAD dollar futures on that announcement. The expectation is for a no move to hold rates. But if there is a sudden move, there's going to be a sudden influx of huge volatility that creates a lot of opportunity. All right, so big news, 10 a.m. We're going to watch Bank Canada, okay? And that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day. You got to open up the trade room. Got to look at oil, some levels, and some long ideas or trade ideas. And then equities, we're at a key support. So we're going to talk about in the trading room, what are our next best trades? What needs to happen for us to get in there and put in a position? All right. Love you guys. Be safe. Be careful out there. All right. Remember this. Look for multiple sources of information. And remember, having one opinion is the most dangerous thing you can have in this world. You got to look at different information. All right. Do your research and always be open to new sources of info. Be open to new opinions. In this world, we tend to always oppose people who don't agree with us. I think having friends who don't agree with me is the biggest and strongest asset I have, both in the markets and personally. Love you guys. Be safe. Manage your money. Manage your risks. Trade like a trade pro. I'll see you tomorrow. YouTube. Adios. We got to open up the trade room here. Mr. Oil Desk himself, I'm going to put you on the mic right now and allow you to share some updates with us on the oil market with some levels. Great trading yesterday in oil. We had an awesome upside opportunity. See what we get today. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day.